just met but exceeded my expectations. And I've been treated better than I've ever been as a WNBA player. And I think that, at times, people have their own experiences, but I can speak for myself, and this has been first class.
There's been a persistent murmur in the locker rooms and across social media, a rumbling that suggests that one of the league's brightest stars is seeking a new horizon. Kelsey Plum, long associated with the Las Vegas Aces, has recently ignited a firestorm with her comments during a press conference that has since become the subject of much debate and speculation. For years, Plum's name has been synonymous with championship aspirations and a promise of excellence in Las Vegas. Yet now, as she stands on a podium clad in her new LA Sparks jersey, her words are laced with a pointed message. She has finally found an environment that treats her with the respect and care she deserves.
There has been rumblings that basically, Kelsey Plum wanted to get the hell away from them, meaning Becky Hammond and AJ Wilson, and I'm here to tell you.
And in doing so, she may have inadvertently signaled the beginning of the end for a franchise once seen as a dynasty in the making. At our Sport Pulse, we've been following this evolving drama closely. In the wake of what many believe to be a catastrophic internal implosion, the Las Vegas Aces now face an exodus of key players and a series of controversies that have left fans and analysts alike questioning the once sterling reputation of the organization. Over the past few months, as the offseason took hold, whispers of unrest within the Las Vegas Aces began to surface. Rumors circulated that long-standing veteran Kelsey Plum was dissatisfied and that the internal dynamics of the club were anything but harmonious. In an organization that prided itself on player health, professional development, and overall experience, many began to wonder, if such a high-caliber player like Plum is signaling her discontent, what does that say about the state of affairs behind those bright Vegas lights? For years, the Aces had cultivated an image of excellence, a team that not only aimed for championships, but also prioritized a supportive culture for its athletes. The final season under their banner had been marked by stellar individual performances, with Plum averaging 17.8 points, 4.2 assists, and 2.6 rebounds per game. Despite these impressive numbers and her integral role in the franchise's championship runs, there was an undercurrent of disillusionment.
Guys, it is looking like that way because none other than Kelsey Plum actually fired shots at the Las Vegas Aces in her opening press conference interview.
Behind closed doors, many insiders have hinted that the glitz of Las Vegas masked deeper issues within the organization, issues that eventually pushed Plum to seek a fresh start. The turning point in this unfolding drama came when Plum finally broke her silence during her inaugural press conference with the LA Sparks. Standing at the podium, the anticipation in the room was palpable. With a poised yet determined demeanor, she began to outline her experience with the Sparks, a narrative that was anything but the typical press conference spiel. "I've been treated better than I ever have as a WNBA player," she declared, a statement that immediately reverberated through the league. There was no beating around the bush. In those few moments, Plum not only highlighted the contrast between her current environment and her past with the Aces, but also sent shockwaves that hinted at unresolved issues within her former team. The phrase "treated better than ever" was a direct comparison, and it left no doubt that something was amiss in Las Vegas. This remark wasn't merely a boast about the newfound camaraderie and respect she'd experienced with the Sparks. It was an implicit critique of the Aces' culture, a suggestion that the once vaunted organization had fallen short in supporting its star players. The comment triggered a flurry of analysis and speculation. Was this the spark that would ignite a full-scale exodus from Las Vegas? Had the franchise's promise of top-notch player experience evaporated like a desert mirage? To fully grasp the magnitude of Plum's statement, one must consider her journey with the Aces.
The Las Vegas Aces. The Las Vegas Aces team was completely derailed at the conclusion of the season, which leaving a lot of people to speculate what the hell is going on in Vegas.
Drafted by Las Vegas, she was a key figure in building the team's identity. Over the years, she helped secure championships and contributed significantly on the court. Yet despite her deep ties to the franchise, her recent comments make it abundantly clear that personal success on paper isn't enough if the organizational culture fails to nurture and reward its talent. In her press conference, Plum recounted that the LA Sparks had not only met, but exceeded her expectations in every way. The experience here is first class, she noted, emphasizing the quality of facilities, the supportive nature of the coaching staff, and the overall team environment. For a player who had weathered both the highs and lows of professional basketball, such accolades were significant. They underscored a fundamental truth: the right environment is essential for unleashing a player's true potential.
From player experience, I'm just curious what it was about LA that convinced you that the Sparks would also provide a high-quality player experience and amenities.
Moreover, the Aces' salary cap issues have emerged as a critical factor behind the scene. After signing high-profile players to supermax contracts, the franchise now finds itself scrambling to fill out its roster with minimum deals. This scramble has led to a situation reminiscent of a high-stakes game of musical chairs, where every contract decision is scrutinized and every roster move has the potential to further destabilize an already fragile system. In addition to the financial pressures, the league has not shied away from investigating the Aces for potential salary cap circumvention. Accusations of undisclosed benefits and sneaky extra perks have cast a long shadow over the organization, suggesting that the front office might have been engaging in practices that ultimately undermined team cohesion and fairness. Adding to the woes is the high-profile lawsuit involving former Aces player DEA Hammy, who has accused the franchise of discrimination and unfair treatment during her pregnancy.
The franchise is extremely valuing the opportunity to be able to support players in any way that they can, and I've seen that firsthand. And obviously as the franchise.
The seriousness of the allegations prompted the league to levy a hefty fine of $500,000 and strip the team of a coveted first-round draft pick in 2025. Such punitive measures, while necessary for accountability, have only served to further tarnish the image of the once respected organization. In today's sports landscape, every controversial comment or unexpected move is magnified by the digital echo chamber of social media. Kelsey Plum's explosive press conference has not only set off debates in locker rooms and boardrooms, it has also lit up platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook with fervent commentary. Fans, pundits, and former teammates have taken to their devices to express a mix of support, shock, and even scorn. Some have lauded Plum's bravery in speaking out and pursuing a better working environment, while others have taken a more critical stance, questioning her loyalty to the franchise that once gave her her start. One particularly memorable comment suggested that perhaps it was time for Plum to focus on her own game, hinting that her outspoken nature might have rubbed some former teammates the wrong way.
We continue to build on this year, and there's been a lot of change in the last couple years with coach and management, things like that. I'm excited to be part of the new wave, and we'll be.
These reactions underscore a broader trend in modern sports: the willingness of players to openly critique their environments and demand accountability from management. In an era where athlete empowerment is at an all-time high, the age-old adage that actions speak louder than words has never been more relevant. Kelsey Plum's candid remarks serve as both a personal vindication and a wake-up call for an organization that once prided itself on excellence, but now finds itself at a crossroads. Kelsey Plum is not alone in her decision to leave Las Vegas. In what can only be described as a mass exodus, several key players have either been traded or have signed with other franchises, further accelerating the unraveling of what was once a promising dynasty. One of the earliest signals of this disintegration came with the case of Kate Martin, a young, promising talent who was once the darling of Aces fans.
Comment there that is raising eyebrows amongst fans in regards to Kelsey Plum, stating that she's been treated better so far than she has ever been as a WNBA.
Despite the high hopes pinned on her, the Aces made a critical error by leaving her unprotected during the expansion draft. Seizing the opportunity, the Golden State Valkyries swooped in and secured her services, a move that has left fans questioning the Aces' talent retention strategy. In subsequent interviews, Martin expressed both gratitude for the lessons learned in Las Vegas and excitement for the fresh start that awaits her in Golden State. Yet the irony was hard to miss. What was once a promising future with the Aces had been abruptly snatched away. Not long after, Sydney Colson, known for her role as the locker room spark and a key piece of the team's identity, announced her departure to join the Indiana Fever. Colson's move was particularly striking because it left behind another star, AJ Wilson, without her trusted on-court partner. The ripple effect of these departures has been palpable, with fans lamenting the disintegration of the once-feared team chemistry that made the Aces such a formidable force. Adding to the woes is Tiffany Hayes, the reigning WNBA 6th Player of the Year, whose exit from Sin City came as a shock to many.
On a different scale, and so I'm just really excited about that, and I've never been more ready, and I think some people might be surprised, but no one that really knows will be.
Hayes' departure marks yet another loss to a team that once boasted depth and resilience. Her decision to leave was seen as emblematic of the larger issues within the organization, a clear message that even the most celebrated role players were no longer willing to tolerate the internal discord. And then there's Alysha Clark, a veteran who had helped the Aces secure championships in the past. At 37 years old, Clark made the heartfelt decision to return to her roots in Seattle, a move that underscores the deep emotional ties and long-standing loyalties that still influence player decisions.